Good morning and welcome to the Reptile Barn. I just wanted to take a couple minutes and kind of continue the train of thought that Colin started with the last vlog that we put out. I know that he had our girl Queenie out, our Pos Het Sunset, Pos Het Clown girl, and he was just kind of talking about some of the thought processes and fun decisions we as snake breeders get to make, especially when we're, you know, at this point of the year where we're planning our breeding season. So, kind of like Colin talked about with Queenie last time, we work with a lot of different recessive genes with our ball pythons. And that brings us to a couple kind of interesting decisions that have changed the way we look at breeding season a little bit. The more we've gotten into it, I guess, the more years of experience we have. When we first started out, we bought a group of desert ghosts. We bought a male visual desert ghost and several het female desert ghosts and spider het desert ghosts. And that was our original breeding group, right? I'll actually show you one of our babies here in a little bit. But when we started with that group, our initial plan, which, you know, was pretty basic, was, you know, we'll breed this visual male to all these females, and we'll get some visual female babies, and we'll hold them back and raise them up, and then we'll basically switch them out, and we'll sell the het females, and we'll replace them with these full visuals, so that every clutch that we get out of this male is going to be a full visual desert ghost, right? That was our original thought process, and we were pretty stoked about it, but we're now several years later. That initial group of female visual desert ghost babies that we produced are now old enough to be breeding, and we're realizing that we don't really want to just stick our visual desert ghost females back to Greg and just get more desert ghosts and more desert ghosts. We love desert ghosts and they're absolutely beautiful, but there's so many other projects we want to get into that we're realizing if we don't put these females to other sires, then we're going to be slowing down our own growth, our collection's upward momentum. And the same thing kind of happened when we bought these beautiful pied girls. This is Muriel. She's one of two pied females that we picked up. I believe we got them from Balthazar Exotics, if I remember correctly. And Muriel here, the plan was that she and Nagi Luna, the other visual pied female that we picked up, we were basically going to buy a visual male, and both these girls were going to breed to that visual male, and we were going to get multiple clutches of, you know, all visual pieds. That was the plan, right? Makes sense? Not that complicated. Means that we get lots of epically beautiful, valuable babies. But as we've, you know, come to the time of the year where we're actually making our breeding plans that we showed you guys a couple videos ago, and we're realizing that actually we want pied in, like, every last one of our breeding projects, so we can't just breed all of our visual pieds in one closed group, right? We've got to spread them out a little bit. So we've got plans to, I think Muriel's the one that we're actually planning on breeding to Greg, our male desert ghost, and I don't remember where we put the other one on the plan chart, but I don't think we've got any of our visual pieds, I should say our visual female pieds, being bred to our visual male pied. Now we have some het pied females that obviously will be breeding to the visual male pied, but as far as like these visuals go, we've completely changed our way of thinking when it comes to, you know, the resulting clutch of our breeding groups, right? Because we want to expand. Okay, so we just switched snakes on you. This here is Hari. She is one of our very first visual desert ghost females that we produced. We are so excited to get her in the breeding group this year, and again, we are shifting things around so that the 3 visual Desert Ghost female holdbacks that we have from her clutch, they're not all going back to our Desert Ghost males as we had originally planned, because, well, as much as that would be awesome as far as getting a whole bunch of visual Desert Ghost babies, that doesn't get us any closer to having some of the super epic gene combos that we want. So we're shifting her around a little bit. This girl is actually going to be breeding with Leo, our visual pied male. So we're pulling a switcheroo with this girl and Muriel, really, in the breeding group. Her sister is going to be breeding Gandalf, our mystic potion, and we've got one other visual Desert Ghost female that actually belongs to Colin's sister Katie, and we're going to be breeding her to we're actually going to be bringing her back to Thor, which is our spider Desert Ghost male. So I guess we do have one of the 3 that we're breeding back to Desert Ghost, but we had originally been planning on having all of them breed back and just having, you know, clutch after clutch after clutch of epic, beautiful Desert Ghost babies. But, you know, we've got much grander schemes involved for all of our crazy morphs, and we want to spread them out as much as possible. You know, we want Desert Ghost Mojaves and Desert Ghost Mystics, and we want Desert Ghost Pieds and Desert Ghost Ultramels and all these different things. We've got a pretty extensive collection here with a nice variety of genes, and we're just realizing that especially with our original recessive morphs that we just loved to pieces, we want to see them in everything. So it's made planning our breeding season a little bit more complicated than we originally thought it was going to be, just because, you know, we're not just doing Desert Ghost to Desert Ghost and Desert Ghost to Desert Ghost and Pied to Pied and Ultramel to Ultramel. We're mixing them up and trying to combine things to see what kind of epic, beautiful creations we can come up with. So anyway, that's kind of what we're talking about as far as our breeding plans go. I'm sure there's going to be several different times that we look at our breeding plan and be like, oh crap, no, we've got to switch these because we wanted this gene combination. But at the moment, the recessive ones are the ones that are really kind of shocking us, just because we had originally planned differently. Anyway, so let's be honest, mostly I just really wanted to show off these epically beautiful snakes. But if you've got any comments on maybe how you've done breeding groups in the past, what makes you decide how to pair what with what, or, I mean, if you guys have watched our vlogs for any significant amount of time, you've seen the variety of morphs we have in our collection. If there's any particular combinations that you would like to see, feel free to suggest down in the comments, and who knows, maybe you'll point us in the direction of a combination that we hadn't thought of before. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this girl down, but until next time, this is the Reptile Barn.